Sure.
I think we're live. Wait,
we're live.
One, two, three. Yeah, it's counting.
I see live.
Hey, we're live. We're out there. We're in the world wide webs with all the peeps. Hey, everybody. Just coming to you. This is just an announcement for our monthly business owners meetup that we do the third Wednesday of every month. It's open to any business owner. So anyone watching this video, if you know a business owner out there that could just, be connected with other business owners, and maybe they need a monthly support group like we do. We're growing into a heck of a cool one. So, or at least we're going to self-proclaim ourselves cool, right, Lane?
We're the cool kids.
Yeah, the cool kids. This month, though, and I'll let Lane explain it a little bit. We have a guest coming in to present to us from an organization called Own It, which is a Building Black Wealth organization that was started up right here in Madison. And I will certainly, down in the comments section, there's an article that was published about them. And then, of course, ownitbbw.com, their website. You can go and certainly go check that out. It'll speak a little bit as to what they are and what's going on. Lane, what is it? What can we look forward to learning a little bit about? And I don't know, spit your rhyme here real quick.
Spit some knowledge. Microphone check 1 2. What? I'm just kidding.
Usually we like so.
There you go.
All right.
Now, so about a year ago, the amazing Sarah Alvarado kind of put together this. It was over a year ago. Actually, it was over a year ago. She tried to put together this initiative. So I wouldn't call it quite an organization just yet. I'd call it an initiative
I'll
help.
Bring your picture up because that was in the article.
Yep, perfect. Sarah,
right here.
Amazing lady boss, passionate about this topic. The idea a year and a half ago was just how do we help more people with brown skin achieve homes. Now you got to remember, in our business, we're all realtors here. The lower levels under 250, under 300,000 are very competitive in our space, and it's often comes with over asking prices. Inflated purchase prices, etc. And the problem is we've seen that people with dark skin or the disenfranchised sometimes have difficulty getting those homes, especially if you use down payment assistance. So we were trying to create, her goal was trying to create a system or a process or a plan that would help people with, specifically people with dark skin, but lower income people be able to compete and maybe get a little bit of help. It took a little while. She's been working her tail off on it. Like I said, we were all a little bit involved at first. Some of us, backed out, did other things, whatever, got busy. She's gotten to the point where she partnered with One City Schools and Park Bank, and those are the two big entities that you're missing, right? Some financing to kind of get this in place to, be the put your money where your mouth is kind of thing, and then a nonprofit as an education scenario. So I'm actually very curious now. Now it's to the point where she's looking to get awareness, build awareness, get the word out there, and hopefully do some fundraising, because it's going to be a constant fundraising thing, right? That $15,000 per family number, that's the first family, right? So it's the first one. You got to start somewhere, but the goal is to help multiple people, multiple brown people down the road, get into a home in Madison and start building wealth. And that's what the whole part of the education part. That was a huge key, was getting One City Schools on. You can actually make it a curriculum where you can hold them to it. You come, checked off, you did this many hours of education, wealth education, money saving education, financial education, what have you, and you can move on to the next step. So I'm really excited to hear about it from Sarah and the group and how it's changed and whatnot. So that'll be what we're talking about on Wednesday.
Awesome, man. And, so Wednesdays we've been getting together as just small business people from everywhere, not just in the real estate world or the financial world, but this is where, we network a lot and we do a lot of different things with different people. But there's people now coming from lots of different states. We even have some Canadians that have joined us, and hopefully we reach out and maybe get into some other borders as well. I just wanted to start off by saying, too, when it comes to this issue, like when you can look back and you can look at different systematic racist policies or things like this, and you can sit here and agree and not agree with how the politicians may be arguing about these issues, but you really can't argue with the fact that when you look at, and it wouldn't matter what your family looks like, if you lived geographically in an area where certain people were allowed to own and not own, which did exist. That's just all facts, and everything else. And then that generational piece with those families were not able to necessarily gain value over a generational period, it affected them financially. Well, and here's my part as far as like, I felt bad when I first reached out to Sarah and I didn't understand. I was like, well, we have lots of programs to help educate, people of, it doesn't matter what they look like, right? Like I'm sitting here going, it shouldn't matter what they look like, just any economic status, that's challenged. Like we have, isn't there all these awesome programs? Can't we just work to promote those better or get them to work better? And the part that I learned through this process, which was dumb, and I don't know why it didn't hit me earlier, and I think it's because the Army screwed me up a little. We all looked at each other like they dressed us in the same uniforms. They yelled at us all the same. We were all treated a little bit more equal and in my eyes. But, it was pretty hilarious that I didn't look at it from the standpoint of somebody with brown skin seeing 6 white people putting on, like, let's just say a home buyer's educational seminar down at the local bank or whatever, maybe outside of their immediate neighborhood where they don't know anybody. And they need to show up unannounced and be in a room with a bunch of people that don't look like them, looking to learn from people that don't look like them about something that a lot of people that don't look like them are doing in their area or something. Like, I was just very naive to it. And I hope that if anything, me sharing that little piece of how I felt educated, even just from like being asked to be a part of this, like, Dan, you don't really seem to get it. We don't need you to help lead it. We don't need you to help do this or whatever. Just support it. Yep. And so that's why I think it's really cool that she's going to be coming to talk to us and just help get the word out. That's the stage we're at right now. It's not going to be a racial debate of facts. It's going to be us putting out there, what is this program? So certainly check it out. Come back here on Wednesday. We're going to run the meeting as normal. So just so everybody knows, we do the self-directed topics most weeks. We're not going to have guests all the time, but this is just a great opportunity to have a good guest and talk about a great topic that's near and dear to everybody's locale, or should be, especially just after all the the deunification that we've all seen. And maybe it's mostly in the media as less in the streets, but it doesn't matter. I think we can all agree it exists. So,
you watch golf at all?
Yeah. Every once in a while. I mean, it is about as boring as watching paint dry sometimes, but yeah. I mean,
sure.
I like last year, every once in a while, even though I'm a hack. But
right. This weekend starts the PGA Championship, and the gentleman who won it last year, Colin. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm gonna slaughter, but Colin.
I'll look it up.
Moriaki or something like that. He's Asian, right? Went to Stanford, grew up in Los Angeles, et cetera, et cetera. He said it really, really well. I thought he was being interviewed because they were talking about Asian hate. So this is a little different type of hate, right? But with the coronavirus and all that stuff, and everyone, feeling this Asian hate. And he's like, I'm luckily enough haven't had to actually go through that, but that doesn't mean that people who are in my same class, in my team, in my unit or whatever didn't have the same experience. They might have went through a different experience. And that's kind of the same thing here, right? What you were just describing.
You might, yeah. And that's a big key, right? Like pretend like this. And this was, I'm mad that I can't give credit where credit's due here of which book I just most recently read this in, or which coach told it to me. Treat every single opportunity in communication as though somebody knows something you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody knows something you don't. Show up, see if you can figure out what that is. If you do, it's probably going to be a positive experience. If you're going to not show or show up thinking you already know what something's all about, or your mind is already made up on a certain topic or how you feel about something, it's not a good way to live. It's
you've already lost.
Yeah, you've already lost. I agree with that. Yeah.
So
well, rock
it should
and
be
roll.
fun.
Yeah, well, thanks for helping me make the announcement. Certainly down in the comments, check out where you can sign up if you're not already a part of our group. We send a link out in the morning if you want to attend and actually be a part of the conversation via Zoom and be on camera and the whole nine. If you're a little bit more of a onlooker type personality or whatever else, certainly feel free to join us back here on whatever channel you're watching this on. We're out there on Facebook. We're on YouTube. If you need a link, comment. We'll send you a link and we'll put it out here. But otherwise, 9:30 a.m. Standard Central Time in the U.S. That's the Chicago for a lot of you that have, if you pick it in your scheduling or your time thing. Thanks a lot, Lane. Any parting? No.
No, just keep educating yourself. That's the whole thing, right? Keep
For
learning.
sure. Well, I'm gonna run we're on our way out here. I'm gonna run our podcast sound.
The voice one. Do you have a thank you and intro?
Hey, welcome to the Preferred Success Podcast. I am your host, Dan Bertelson, coming to you live from somewhere in the world, but most likely Wisconsin. We're here to host a multitude of different professionals and different industry playmakers to learn from their successes and failures. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Now the reason I wanted to hit play on that, now I can edit it and I can throw it out there,
Oh.
See? Isn't that nerdy?
See, I learned something. Keep your mind open.
By the way, as I was listening to Manning on the Grow, one little plug for anybody that likes, listening and watching podcasts. I enjoyed your last one. The sound, or whatever. It's the computer versus the machine and whatever. We'll get it licked. We'll get it licked.
Yeah, I need a machine. I don't want to buy one. I was hoping that plugging in would help, but it's better. Actually, if you sell me wireless, it's even worse. It's way worse.
Hey, I just really appreciate your gaming apparatus today. It even matches the Preferred Success Society colors and everything. So. Right.
So that happens when you have to stay home and work from your kid's workstation.
Right on. Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, Sarah Alvarado, we'll see you. If you're seeing this announcement or whatever, let's share it out. Let's get people to show up Wednesday morning to learn about it. And thanks for tuning in, folks. See you later.